Alright, we should be live. Okay, so we're gonna continue Gakuen chapter 3. It is absurdly long, honestly. And I partially do regret rescheduling the stream. And this is why I usually don't do it. Because now, instead of doing the chapter, I wanted to do the events. I know one of them has a story. It might have spoilers though, but it would be short and probably finish it. And there's also the event on GP, which I have closed at the moment, so you can't see it. But with the Syrian one, which we've done the story, but I do want to get the Kizuna. But I guess we'll stick with the plan for today, and we'll do the events another time. But yeah, I will avoid scheduling streams because sometimes I feel like this. Well, like I definitely want to do that on that day, and then the day arrives and I want to do something else. So I'm gonna avoid doing that. Because, not gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about sitting here for the next 2 hours and a half, probably, because that's like the length of one part. Reading story today. When I want to read story, but the event story that's short, and then just chill with the events and get the Kizunas, but... Okay, we'll see. If I feel like I really don't want to read more for the day, I might pause, and then we'll do it when a day that I do actually want to read. So, just heads up. But we'll start at least. But yeah. Legend of the Witch Tree. That's the belief of the family. The admission ticket has been delivered. Come on, go to the banquet and chase a reflection. Reflection? Interesting. Heads up, by the way, we're using CN machine translation. So let me get this out of here. So there are some... Oops, wrong button. So there are some things that can be inaccurate, especially names, and because they sometimes try to translate them directly into words, which is not how it works. And genders, they get genders wrong a lot. So just a big heads up. Important to know. And other things sometimes, but I'd say those are the two major things. So take everything with a grain of salt. It is usually, like, relatively accurate, but still, there are things that can be wrong. So just don't go around spreading it as an argument or something. Because that's how... I wouldn't say that's how a lot of misinfo starts. That's actually wrong, because people just make up misinfo. That's the biggest source of it. And then it spreads because everyone believes in it, because no one's actually played the game. That's actually the main reason, to be honest. But still, some misinfo can spread. Just be careful. That's all I have to say. Does it hurt? It doesn't hurt. Lani is really skilled. Is she treating Karen after the battle? With Shilka? Right, after all. When I was a child in the Legion, I often bandaged... Yeah, it is, okay. Bandaged people like this. Having to fight in such a young age, seriously, being in a military family, that's... What does that mean? How come you don't act like a young lady at all? Like a sophisticated lady? Is that what she means? Tiara, you really don't want me to bandage you? Why are we getting to this moment? Okay. No, don't. I can do it myself. Tiara's shy. But Tiara, your bandages are still bleeding. I mean, your wounds probably, but yeah. Huh? Hey, here I come. To what? Wait, Karen, are you gonna try to... Actually, hold on. If Karen were to bandage someone, do you think she'd do a good job, or do you think she would be a little bit careless? I don't know. I feel like a little bit of both. Like, she has a lot of life skills, but at the same time, she probably wouldn't think too much about care and stuff. Not on purpose, that's just the way she is. So, actually, good question. I'm not even sure myself if she would do a good job or not. Like, part of me says that, like, yeah, she would be amazing at it. But on the other hand, like, wait, hold up. But she's a bit careless sometimes, so... Would she just kind of try to rush it and sometimes make mistakes? That is a good question. Anyways, continuing. Stop, it hurts so much. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's a bad idea. So, come on, Lani. Lonnie did it in the end, okay. It was one of the two, honestly. After a while of fussing, a few people finally finished bandaging each other's wounds. She tried so hard the blood flow would stop. Maybe, but... Oh, like the blood flow, like the entire body. Oh wait, that's bad. It's like, hold on, that's bad. Honestly, possible. That's another thing, yeah. It's exactly, I feel like she'd be a bit careless with force and just the movement in general, and she wouldn't be so careful. So while she is skilled at certain things, like, let's be real, Karen does know, so you know, if she were to have to live alone or something, she'd be pretty skilled. Unlike Kakrio, who can't cook. I mean, what? Continuing. But there are some things where she can be a bit careless. So that's why I had me wondering, like, hold up, would she do a good job or a bad job? But yeah, maybe you're right. Oh, they're right. A few people finally finished bandaging each other's wounds. Speaking of which, the Stigmata Knight was really strong. And Brawnia beats her down easily. That was a really cool moment, honestly. We fought hard in that battle. Why are you so depressed? It's good enough if you can wear down the other party a little. I love how all of a sudden Karen just has sunglasses on. Really, I didn't feel like that. Wait, hold on. I didn't feel that I was an enemy that I could never compare my time. What? Hold on, let me get another screenshot here. Indeed, I don't think she, okay, now it's saying something different. I don't think she's an enemy that I would never be able to defeat. Why is it saying differently? Okay. Hello there, Ikari. Welcome to the stream. Thanks to Dark Light for our training, it was very effective. Dark Light or Dim Light? I think I'll say Dim Light. A mercenary named Dim Light should at least be at least skilled as a Stigmata, as that Stigmata Knight, right? I want to see her in combat, honestly. Pat. I've never heard of such a person. Playing GGZ in the big 2025, respectable. Honestly, it's still a great story. Gakuen arc. It's an amazing story, honestly. I will say it does have its downs. But when they're in for a real chapter, the story is really good. I will say that. Like, stories speak when they actually care about it, which is a little bit of a problem because sometimes the events are a bit sometimes I don't want to do them. Let's just say that. But the story, when it's real story and they actually care about it, damn is it peak, honestly. In my opinion, at least. Akko, have you heard of it? I do have to MTL it though, so just heads up, there can be mistakes. But currently it's the only way to read it. Also, this thing is not on the interpreter, which is a little bit of an issue, especially if I ever want to reread it. I'd have to literally log in the game and look for the part that has that, but we'll see. All I know is that it's a Houkai game, yeah. I'm not even gonna get into the argument. I'm just gonna say it's likely not connected to any of the other games, so if you're looking for connections, don't bother, honestly. But it does have characters that were like the Houkai Impact 3rd initial cast. A lot of them were initially in Houkai Gakuen, and that did. Those characters, I mean, some of them are still around, others we don't know, others are not, but they are part of Houkai Gakuen. So for example, recently and in this chapter, I'm sure we'll see her again, there's Brawnia that's in the story, but it's 2062 Brawnia because this story actually happens 45 years after the end of Reborn. So the Houkai, well, the coordinator of Will, or the Will of Houkai, was defeated 45 years ago, well, 47 years ago, because 45 is the prologue part 1, where other stuff happens. So technically 47 in 2015. And yeah, I mean, Houkai is still around, but it can be used in a lot of other ways. They have access to the Houkai universe, so they can, you know, use Houkai energy in other ways. So the main focus of the current story is more on human conflicts, and they use stigmata a lot. There's a lot of Houkai knowledge. I mean, everyone knows about the Houkai, so the focus has changed. The Houkai is still around. It may no longer be a threat, as in like it does no longer like spawns in Urshers, Houkai beasts, and stuff like that. But the Houkai energy itself is still around, if that makes any sense. But yeah, there is still one Ursher. But I mean, one Ursher isn't like they have control of themselves. They're just someone who lived back in the day and is still around. With being a Ursher, that is Uraji Kyusho. But they're on the human side. Like they've never, you know. So yeah, basically that. Does it have Queen Coralie? Sadly not. Imagine Coralie in Houkai Gakuen. Oh, be great, honestly. It has Pat. Does that count? I mean, the personality, not really. Like, completely different. But the design, I do like that. My head is hurting from all that lore. It's a lot of lore indeed. But yeah, this game has a lot of lore for sure. It's honestly really good, in my opinion. Do you want me to post a lore? I made a summary. I mean, most of it is just from Gakuen Prologue with some other bits added. For what happened between 2015 and 2062. A lot of it might be confusing though, because it literally is just a little summary of list of stuff that happened. So you might be missing context basically, but I can post it in chat. Hold on. Let me get it from my lab. I could also read it, but it would be a while, so I'll just post it there if you want. On page. I do plan on updating it. I don't know when. I've already updated it once, and I will probably update it again. Probably not right now though, because I mean, I'm still playing through an entire chapter, and I'm sure there'll be more lore added to that. And I'd have to go all the way back and reread stuff, so probably not anytime soon. But for now, there's this. I think this is the most recent one. Yeah, with V2. So no, lab post. Coralie should only be Coralie. Made a joke. Fuck how they look similar once, and Coralie in the next chapter immediately, you know. I don't want to say the word in case there's anyone who hasn't played through that chapter, but I think I know what you mean. I still don't believe it. I feel like something will happen. I know there is a different Coralie, but that doesn't count. But, well, I guess we'll see. For a new battle suit? What? I knew Elia got one. I don't know about Coralie. To be honest, I am outdated though. I gotta play the chapters. But Houkai Gakuen, so, and Magia, etc. And Final Fantasy 14, though I'm not really streaming that at the moment, and I'm still playing through it, the new content. So, yeah, I feel like it'll wait a little bit. Anyways, that's your lab post. Alright, let me continue. Stupid Aku went out early. Oh yeah, where's Aku? Huh? Look at Bronya. Also, hold on, BRB. Like, 1 minute. Okay, back. Did you not see chapter 8 or chapter 9? I stopped at the one before the Layla and Senadina chapter, which I know is a very peak chapter probably. And it was the chapter I was most excited for, but there's been other games that I haven't really gone back in a while. So when I do go back, I probably want to focus on it, which is not something that I feel like I can do right now. So I'm leaving it for later. But no, I probably not. I said chapter 8 or 7 EX, like the Senadina and Layla. I'm quite behind. Like I'm assuming the next chapter after that probably already came out in global, and I still have not even done the previous one, but I'm not sure about that. But you better it's regional. You can get GP if you change your Google account region and stuff, or you just use Q app. Yes, indeed. It is a few patches behind, but I mean not that many. It's like 5 patches, which is a lot, I guess, when you get into it. But I mean, there's still plenty of story stuff. Alternatively, there is the English patch, but be very careful on the chapters after Reborn 12, because the translation starts being even worse. Like they try to MTL stuff, but it's horrible. I don't know what MTL they're using, but it's so freaking horrible. So do not trust that. So I recommend just getting the original GP, and finding another way to get. Also, oh yeah, there's another thing that you can do for the earliest parts of the story in retrospective, and those have actually been retranslated by people who know their stuff. What's the name? Project. What's the name? Senate Chapter 70X. Yeah, I have not done that one, but then Project. I am forgetting the name somehow. Hold on. It's from my understands. Which I'm gonna be honest, I don't like how they are on certain theory stuff, but that aside, they did do an amazing job at the translation stuff. So I'll give him that. Project. Not Project, sorry. Operation Gecko, that's the name. Operation Gecko is still being updated. The last one was 2 months ago, I think. And there's a preview for 1 month ago. So yeah, they're still updating it. But yeah, Operation Gecko has a lot of translations for retro. I say a lot, but like half. But half is a lot. Like it's a long story. For retrospective. So yeah, if you want to read it, you have it over there. And those are actually good translations, unlike the games one. Be the old global, which is usually what English patch has, or MTL, which to be honest sometimes is better than old global. That's how bad old global translation is. So it does have a better job at it. If you want to check it out, Operation Gecko. Yeah. Project Bunny. Fire, true. Alright, let's continue. Actually, wait a second. You know, I'll have to check after. The results of the investigation are out. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'll do 2 hours. If there is a way to save progress, I might just do like an hour in the bit of story. And then I'll do some event stuff, and then we'll on the stream there. I want to do probably the Syrian event. I want to story because I've already done the story, but I want to get the Syrian keys, you know. I really want to do that instead of story at the moment. So, kind of just forcing myself a little. I mean, I'm sure it'll still be great, but not how I'd want to read it, if that makes any sense. So, I think we might pause soon, though. Sorry for that. The intelligence chief of the... I think they've been saying... I mean, Witchery and Wushu has been the same in MTL. So, I don't know what I should call it. Hold on, let me check if anyone knows. Maybe Zoom. Let's see what words he uses. No, that could cause spoilers. I doubt he's usually doing GP translations. Huh. You know what? I'll just search up a keyword, and I hope I don't get spoiled. Witch tree. Is that how people have been referring to it? No results. Okay. What about? I doubt there will be any. But wait a second. I looked it up wrong. Witch tree. Nope, no results. Okay, what about Chibi? Though I doubt it, but Chibi does know Chinese. Okay, nope. Okay. Alright, no idea. But Wushu and Witch Tree are referring to the same family. So the chief of Witch Tree headquarters and the leader of the Royal Guard Knights are both missing. What are you checking? I was trying to check if we had any translations, like the family that's being referred to as Wushu or Witch Tree. If there's any proper translation that we know of, or if MTL is right about something. If you know, let me know. Because honestly, I have no idea. Anytime I think about the old GC translations, I think about that. You are so mean, Craig. Yeah, that was so funny, honestly. They also did some sillies. Do you understand Chinese? No. That's why I always warn, and I'll warn it again. We are using MTL, machine translation, for a lot of this. So careful with names, genders. Those are the two main things, but also some other stuff can be wrong. So always take everything with a grain of salt, because I don't know Chinese. So the only way I can read the story is by relying on MTL and checking with translations. But translations from other people are not always available, even for specific terms. So most of it is MTL based. So just a big heads up. The two people who fought with you before were the left and right arms of the head of the Wushu family. The snake-eyed knight Cordelia and the divine wall knight Shilka. Also, sometimes they put names in the trailers, so that is really useful. For example, in MTL it says Silka, but we got a name, so if they give us a name, an official name, even if it is kind of adapted, I will go with the official name. So for her in the trailer, when they announced the Kizuna, it said there Shilka 14, as in like F-O-R-T, Fort, in, like I-N. So that's the name I'm going with. So that can sometimes also help. Hold on, I need my fan. It's so freaking hot in this country right now. Such an important person is here. Gakuen must have something going on. At least it means... What the heck is happening? Loud sound? Something happened? Oh my god, but if I turn the fan on, it... Allergies. Okay, no, I'm disabling that. Screw it. Okay, let's continue. Minor distraction aside. This means that the head of the Wushu family is most likely in Gakuen. Sound outside the door. May I come inside? Come in. Arcaria. Son. So where has she been this morning? Whispering. I'm sorry, is that accurate? I went to play games. I know she's a gamer, but I don't know. 'Cause I don't trust MTL with this. Could be someone else, but... Oh, I think she's going to. Okay, no, that makes more sense. She just disappeared. Alright. Controlling light around her. Using her stigmata to go play games. Yeah, let's go. I'm done with this. I don't want to talk with her. Oh my god, Pat. I want to see Pat and Kyusho play together. At this point, can we disclose the information that the school has been hiding from us? Oh. Care to explain? Huh? What is the school hiding from you? Sorry. I think there is a huge secret behind the topic of collecting Vanguard weapons. Bro, why is this coming into this? What? How did... That's been going on for ages. Don't tell me it's somehow related to what's going on in Gakuen. Hold up. I want to hear about it. In the 43rd year of the Legion era... Wait, which one is that? Isn't that the same year as the Papa? Hold on, I can check my lab post. Actually, good idea. So 2020 said 2000. When do we have a Legion? I didn't put it in there. Now that I think about it, now that they're using legionary years again, which is something they kind of left a little bit behind after a while. They started mostly using years, but now they're using it again. I really gotta update this post with legionary years just for reference. I think it starts in 2000. No, wouldn't that be like right now? I could check. I'm gonna check the interpreter. I don't wanna see which year it is, cause I'm not sure. Gakuen prologue, last part. Okay. Yeah, I think it's 2060. So that was the year I was thinking, but I did want to make sure of. Or just MTL this just in case. Yeah, it's 40th is 2057, which means 43rd is 2060. Did you finish the 3 So what are your thoughts about it? I'm sorry to say, but I have lost a lot of my interest in HSR. After they put a 10-hour quest followed by another several hours one, and they said that it was going to be a 7 patches of story for a single region, and there was apparently a puzzle section in the 3.0 quest, and all of a sudden I really don't want to do it. It's too long. I feel like there's too many puzzles, which I don't want to do, like a bunch of filler, which was something I was starting to feel before, but even more now. The gameplay, I've gotten tired of it. I mean, the gameplay is fun, but the grinding is freaking annoying. It gets me burned out every time. So I don't know if I'm returning or not. For now, I don't plan on. Maybe in the future. But yeah, I might have permanently paused Star Rail, because I'm not really having fun on it at the moment. So, sorry to say though. Like, the characters all sound cool, but I don't know if I feel like it's worth it for me. 3.0 we're almost none. Still, I don't know. I'd still have to go through 3.0, and it's a long one. A very long one. Doesn't change the fact that I'm also gotten tired of the gameplay, so. Usually, like, a gameplay keeps me going in the game until there's new story, with the story being the main focus. But it is harder to get hyped about a story when I basically play a story and then don't touch it for 40 days. Because by the time the new story comes out, I'm not in the mood, in the vibe, I guess that's the better word for it, for that game, because I haven't played it in a freaking month, basically. So, and then having like a several hours long story, like, I don't know, I don't really feel like it right now. It's only 6 hours. Only 6 hours, for like a part out of 7. I don't know. I'll see later, but at the moment I'm not planning on returning. If there is a game I know I will be returning because I have fun on it, is Houkai Impact. I do want to do that story, but also there's other games that are currently also playing, so it will be waiting a little. But Houkai Star Rail, I have gotten tired of it, to be honest. So I'm not sure. At least for a while, it will be in the back burner. In the 43rd year of the Legion era, that massacre, a city fell into Houkai crisis, and the authorities took inhumane measures to deal with it. This directly led to the reappearance of one of the Houkai heroes, the Ural Silver Wolf. Wait a second, is this Bronya backstory, like how she reappeared? But as far as I know, they have been back since. I mean, this is my. I guess we really don't know much information. But I'm thinking they've been back since 2057, and that probably includes Bronya. But she was probably hiding in the shadows or something. Unless they returned at different times, which would make it even more complicated. We really need more info in Project Moonshade. Interesting. I'm screenshotting this and saving it. I will definitely be needing that little bit of text later. Can we please get Project Moonshade lore? That would be so cool. Running user connections and reputation to do our best to rescue a large number of refugees. Destroy the playable Kevin that we wanted. Finally, too happy. Oh, you had to deal with it. What do you mean deal with it? I do know it's getting playable though. I haven't seen the gameplay yet. If you guys pull for Finon, good luck. Thus, the Ley Lines was formed, the organization, and now it is an independent organization carrying out humanitarian activities around the world. This deeply inspired the students who were studying at Houkai Gakuen at the time. However, these also sowed the seeds of tragedy. How does this relate to the Vanguard weapons? Akira-san, you should be careful with your words. Ryan gesture towards Irma. It's okay, Irma. This is exactly what's in the textbook. Oh, so she did learn about it like normally. Okay. Wait a second. I need Yandex in here as well. Do I have to avoid using it? Yes. Finon is basically a playable boss character. Let me see. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna mute. Actually, is Finon released yet? Cause no, it's been announced. I don't think it's released. So I'm seeing Finon leak, but I am gonna mute it. Otherwise, copyright's gonna hit probably. Well, actually, wow. I'm just seeing a thumbnail. And, good lord, what the heck? Okay. That sounds sick. Finon Ultimate Animations. Why is he opening a gap through space? Does have a domain expansion as well. It sounds like the Kevin, the Deliverance Kevin. What the heck? Okay, that's just part of the old though. Hold on, let me see the full animations. 2 minutes 46 seconds. I'll say my opinion on it, but oh, he has it in the idle animation as well. That looks so freaking cool. But I can't show it on video. This gameplay got leaked. Yeah. I searched it up. I'm watching it right now. I'll say my opinion as we go. Just character walking. I don't know why they spend so much time on it. Just leak videos. Like, it's just a character walking. But okay, let me see the gameplay. Okay, sword. Just a sword slash. Nothing too crazy, but the old sounded crazy on the other video. Oh wow, that is cool. I believe that's probably the skill when you use it when you enter a battle or for the buffs and stuff before the battle. That looked sick. Like a black hole. What the heck? Kinda. Not really, but yeah. Right, basic attack standard. Okay, that's expected. The skill is pretty cool. I think the ult is the crazy part though. I only saw part of it, so let's see the full thing. That transformation. Okay, that looks sick. What the heck? Then it's in the new domain. It is a multi-attack though, which I really like. Wait, what is that? Is that a second ult? What the heck? Just someone. Oh my god! I was hyped at the meteor. Then it's just a freaking gigantic meteor. It sounds like nearly like a moon falling or something. What the heck? Oh my god, that is crazy. What do you mean that? What do you mean the domain expansion isn't over? What? It stayed. Don't tell me there's more. What? Oh my god, he's dropping another meteor. What the heck? Okay, but this one doesn't have the big one. Still, that's insane. Okay, is this a finisher? Freaking. I love it's like it shuts down space to the domain expansion, and there you see space there for a second. It's like a black screen, like a devious screen, like that old style. You even have the little effect on it. That's amazing. Find out what's the team, Kazlana. Also, yeah, I do realize that he just keeps attacking. Like, why does he keep attacking? Is that like, did leaks actually like change the way he plays, or like getting more speed or something? Did the leaguers do that, or is it actually just that? That's just how he is. That's insane, honestly. Also has a really good looking counter attack. Go look it up. Okay, I don't think that showed there now. Fine on counter. Counter animation. Okay, that's the ult though. I mean, the ult is insane. The freaking meteor. Wait, what the heck is he doing with that sword? Hello? Did the sword charge up? Oh my god, it's freaking huge. It's like it cleaves the entire earth apart. What the heck, bro? That's insane. You know what? I will not have many polls, but I will log on for Finon. I will, however, not do stories, so I won't be streaming it. But I think I'll try to pull. Just that. With the crystals I have, and then the free polls and stuff. That's it. But if I get it, that'll be cool. For whenever, if we do continue. So, I'll at least get the daily login reward, but probably just that. Still, that is insane. Holy heck. Honestly, I think probably my favorite animations-wise. They've just kept improving. It's really crazy, honestly. He has a phase where only he can attack. Oh, so really it's just that. So that's his gameplay. Finon is a solo carry. That is crazy, honestly. It sounds so much fun to play as well. Alright, let's continue. Then I'll continue. Wait, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Get Saber. I mean, I saw the leaks. The gameplay it was cool, but between that and Finon, even if Saber's temporary, again, I don't care about FOMO, so I think I'll get Finon. Then I'll continue. The people most affected by Bronny's heroic actions are the first year students of Houkai Gakuen who were about to graduate. Probably includes Patpat, right? The student, led by name, formed a powerful organization calling themselves the Savior's Disciples. Well, let me see if I can get a name. It says Dandelion. That's not a name. Students led by... Okay, I'm not sure who this person is. Their ideas are complicated and confusing, and they always call extremely violent acts their salvation efforts. Is this relating to the 2060 situation? At this point, the Caesar's tragedy had already sprouted. At that time, most students in Houkai Gakuen did not find it strange, but joined them instead. Yeah, it's the same situation, I think. Soon, the Savior's disciples gathered at least half of the first-year students. That's a lot. They plundered a large number of vanguard weapons. Huh. And used them in the so-called violent acts they advocated. What the heck? Is that what about the stolen ones? Is that where they went? But in the end, the organization fell apart and was completely destroyed, and the vanguard weapons were scattered all over the world. So that's how it happened. I had no idea. This is important lore, hold up. Especially since I know the vanguard weapons will be mentioned again. They have been several times in the past, so hold up. I gotta save the screenshots of this. Strongest vanguard weapon of all. Aku's grandma. What? In order to retrieve those pioneer weapons, vanguard weapons, Houkai Gakuen requires current students to complete the task of collecting pioneer weapons, which is what we've been doing for a lot of the tasks. Interesting, so that it all connects. Does it have to do with the current situation in Gakuen though? That's the question. Am I right? This is the goal of the course set teacher Yusrin explained to us. Well, that's good. You've also reviewed some of the things that will be taught next semester. She's just like that, okay. Damn, she's the head of everyone. So, what's the problem? If our Korea brought it up, it must be relevant to the current situation. I think the school's assignment of collecting vanguard weapons is not pure. What does that mean? I investigated the historical records of the school's collection of vanguard weapons. In fact, a large number of vanguard weapons are of no use at all. But the school has invested a completely disproportionate amount of manpower and financial resources to collect them. Well, this is all to train you, is it though? Then the price would be too high, because many vanguard weapons are in the hands of sensitive people. Hold on. Who is happy that she doesn't have to teach next year? Honestly, probably, yeah. She probably thinks like, oh, actually already knows what's gonna happen in class, and I don't have to teach her. I can basically skip everything. Let's go. Something like that. Pathetic, guys using a translator just to understand what they're saying. What a goat. I mean, kind of have to in this game, but yeah, I did love the story, so that's why I do it. Probably wouldn't do it for any other game though. I mean, if I can just wait for story to come out, so for example, Houkai Impact, a month and a half. Like, if I just had to wait a month and a half for new Houkai Gakuen story to come out in English, I would just wait. So, same logic applies there. I prefer to just wait for the global. Any other game that applies. Also, for a game that I like the story, but like nothing too crazy, I probably also wouldn't do it. It's very time consuming. But if it's like one of my favorite stories ever, then yeah, I think it's worth it, in my opinion, anyways. There was even a mission record where 4 students were sent to cause a big commotion. What? Sent to? Because they suspected that a general had a useless vanguard weapon. That sounds risky. Is that true? Akria-san, it seems you have already come to your own conclusion. Yes, I think many students of the same year or senior years have the same view as me. While the school used the excuse of recovering the vanguard weapons to make the Legion irrefutable, it also sent powerful stigmata users to areas that the school believed had information to explore. In other words, your Miss team did not come to Gakuen to recover the vanguard weapons. What exactly did they want to get from Gakuen behind the school project? So they think the vanguard weapons are an excuse? Cheap. Is the story that good? In my opinion, yeah, especially Reborn. Like the finale of Reborn and Global Connection, some of the favorite stories that I've ever read. It gets really insane. But I have been enjoying Gakuen arc as well. It's still in the beginning phases, so there won't be anything too crazy happening. But it has still been pretty amazing. Will they play the new chapters? Like Houkai Impact chapters? Yes. Houkai Gakuen chapters? Yes. Houkai Star Rail chapters? Honestly, not sure, to be honest. Or do you mean another game? Like a sigh of relief. Houkai back third. Yeah, I will definitely. But probably when I'm not playing as many other games. Because currently games that I'm streaming, Houkai Gakuen 2, Magie, etc. And Houkai Gakuen 2 story, I am behind on that. Magie, etc. For now, I'm not. I mean, I was gonna stream the event, but then I said like, nope. If I start streaming events, I'm gonna be very behind as well on that game as well. So I'm just gonna read them on my own or whatever I have more time. So only doing the main story. So for now, I'm caught up on that. That's on stream. On the secondary channel, I also did a bit of FF14 because a new patch came out like yesterday. While I've only streamed the beginning because I want to check out the new content, I am still playing through that, so off stream. So there's that, and occasionally ATM 10 and more FF14 stuff from different stuff as well. And also I'll be heading out a lot next month, so I don't know. I mean, it's whenever I feel like it's a good time that I want to do it, then I'll catch up and stuff, but not currently. Triple threes, just to at least give it a try. It's giving it a try would take me a good nearly 24 hours probably, just to play through the previous stories. Well, maybe not 24, but close to it. So at least not at the moment. No way I'm doing that. Sorry. Like, I'm sure it's great, but I'm just not sure if it's worth the hassle right now. It's a lot of stuff. I definitely need to be in the mood for it, for sure. You're worthy of being my student. You want to know the whole picture of the project, right? So you are hiding stuff. You admit it. Okay, let's go. What are you hiding? Understandable. Thank you for understanding. Hope you have fun though in 3.3 and eventually 3.4. Arcree nodded. According to the rules, if you guessed it, I'll tell you. Oh. So you were gonna tell it if we guessed it, okay. I mean, I guess there would be no point in hiding it if she already knew most of it. Bronya, do we need to find Teacher E's ring? Oh, she's involved? Seeing Brody and E's ring talk after 45 years? Yes, please. No, I'll just explain this matter. After all, I'm also party involved. The fewer written records of such things, the better. Also, hold on. Okay, back. Allergy stuff. Is Aku here? Wait, who's here now? Oh, probably the others, I'm guessing. Sound from outside the door. That's great. You guys can come in too. So everyone will hear then. Oh, music got into action one. Okay. Well, what's happening then? Explain what you're hiding. Let me explain first. Although Houkai, Gakuen, and Ley Lines are two organizations, these are just the two exposed corners of the iceberg. Under the water, we are one. So you collaborate a lot? Okay, that's good to know. And you're still in touch with Kyushu and E-String? It's just that they don't want you to know that you have a lot of connections to Houkai Gakuen then. Regardless of whether it is the collecting Vanguard weapons task issued by Houkai Gakuen or the Ley Line activities, Ley Lines as in like the organization, the goals of both parties are the same. You want to catch... I don't want to say gender because this is very often wrong. We want to catch a person named... And there's a name here that is definitely not a name. Unless it's some sort of title. So, I'll just screenshot it and hope someone else knows later. I might ask around if we... What's the name? Does anyone know? Anyone who knows Chinese might know this name. Also, let me try just Yandex or putting it separately. From Chinese. See if there's any result here that sounds more like a name. Translating into Black Box 6, but I doubt that's the name. Especially if it's a person name. So if anyone knows. Let me save that screenshot to Discord because I feel like it's important, so you probably want to know that. I don't think it's Shadow, so it's someone else. Yeah, playable male character, it's the same situation on Impact 3rd. No playable males, yeah. Because this game is magicians and Cena's gender. Marilyn is a girl, I think. Wait, hold up. I think, yeah, Marilyn's a girl. Cena's a boy. I was wondering for a second, like, hold up, I don't want to get things wrong, and I was uncertain. But no, Marilyn's a girl. Marilyn or title magician. C2 is a boy. Black Ops 6? No, Black Box. But I don't think that's a proper name, unless it's some sort of title, so... I need someone who knows Chinese to translate the name, so... Not right now, unless anyone knows. I mean, if anyone knows, that would be greatly appreciated. I do know someone who knows here, but I don't think they're here right now. But I'll try to asking around later. But, yeah, I feel like this might be important. Okay, what's that person? Name. For now, I'll just say name, because I doubt that's right, though. Name. Who is that? A conspirator. If we use a game metaphor, it's like a demon king. And they've been at this for 3 years, right? Because collecting Vanguard weapons was an excuse to catch that person. So they probably have a relation to it or something. What's going on? We don't know the identity, gender, or name. Oh, wait, what? Oh, maybe it is the title. Maybe it is the title. What do you mean you don't know the name? I think named might have been a title back there. You don't know the identity, gender, or name of... Well, I guess I'll just say, again, this is could very well be wrong, but... Or name of Black Box 6. And we even doubted whether this character existed at the beginning. Imagine it's the spider and it's all been set up for that. Wouldn't that be amazing? We really need a big... I hope they don't rush it. Don't rush it, please. But we do need a big villain eventually, or like antagonist in Gakuen arc to spice things up a little. And I feel like the spider could be the thing. You know, spiders in the organization, but there must be a leader to it that we don't know. And something like what Otto or Marilyn would play in the story, like not necessarily a villain. I mean, if it's a villain, sure. But it could be just a big antagonist that would stay throughout the story or something like that. Or it could be a completely... It probably is a completely different individual. I'm just coping. However, regarding the first phase... first year of Houkai Gakuen Tactics, the salvation effort launched by the students led by naming Dandelion. I'm not sure if that's accurate. Well, to be precise, it should be said that it was a rebellion. Rebellion against what? Against Houkai Gakuen or what? Their way of... I feel like there's probably previous lore that I need to remember. The rebellion was not just a spontaneous act of the students, but it was controlled by Black Box 6. Oh. Does Dimlight know anything about them? They're such evil people. So they were all manipulated. Maybe even Dimlight themselves. The malice of Black Box 6 is not revealed directly, but it is achieved by injecting hope and faith into people and then guiding them to use it for their own benefit. That sounds oddly like something the spider would do. I'm just coping, probably, but... I mean, it is manipulating in a sense. If Arcrea mentions it, I'm gonna call that theories actually has some points. Black Box 6, could it be that? Go on. She's not gonna continue. Arcrea, are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking? How was Black Box 6 discovered? Plot twist, it's that whole ugly toss. What? When I catch it. It's just toss, you know, Gakuen. I always thought Cedar was a girl and then I found out. Damn. Was it Marilyn that I was confused about initially? I don't remember, to be honest. I didn't even notice Karen's design is so cool. Yeah, I really like the new outfit, and especially when she just randomly puts on sunglasses for no reason. No, Houkai, but what does Gakuen mean? Gakuen means academy. And also, when I say Houkai Gakuen, the direct translation would be Houkai Academy. But because Houkai Gakuen is the name of the game, I like referring to it as Houkai Gakuen. But that is technically Japanese, not English. I just like referring to it that way. Also, hold on. Okay, back. Okay, that's the same line we just read. So year 43 again. In the 43rd year of the Legion era, Black Box 6 sneaked into Houkai Gakuen. We don't know how that person did it, but they became a teacher at Houkai Gakuen. That's not only sneaking in but becoming a teacher. That's something. And the group they were guiding was the top 4 for the first tactical year. Huh. Wait. Wu Jingfei. Do you have something to do with this? Remember that very thing that happened at the end of, like, was it chapter 1 or 0? I don't remember. I think it was 1. Where she was talking about something that implied she could have been from Jigsaw, but then we literally got 0 information after that. What if that's related somehow? Like sneaking into Houkai Gakuen for their reasons? Wouldn't that be crazy? Gakuen Karen stopping a city from blowing up, and then their Chinese essays doing a week. Maybe like stopping the city from blowing up was a little bit too time consuming. What are we gonna do about that? Do they even teach there? Yeah, I don't know. Probably Yonkai related stuff though. More practical stuff. It's literally just a magical military school. Yeah, I think it's probably more Yonkai related stuff. I don't think there's the base like subjects that you'd have in a real world school. Which, don't get me started on that. I freaking hate that. Okay, let's stop. Otherwise, I'll be here a while. As a teacher, that person instilled their beliefs, or their beliefs, we don't know the gender either, into those 4. That's when we realized something was wrong. Does the 4 include Dimlight? It was manipulation in a sense, though. Because it was she and some friends, right? Interesting. Sometimes they become a teacher. Sometimes they're the middleman of the subject. Middle person. Black box 6 as a shadow and is invisible. Wait, what does that mean? Hold on, let me get Yandex here. Huh. So they could switch around roles. How do they have so much power like that? That person used various means to cause a riot among the first-year students of the 43rd year of the Legion era, causing a large number of bloody incidents, but no one knows their true identity. They were literally a teacher at the school and no one knows their identity. What the heck? Since then, we have been investigating and collecting traces that may be related to it. Relying on the analytical capabilities of the Paradox Soul and the investigation of students, we have identified various suspicious incidents around the world and intervened. All in order to catch that person, then. This is the case with Gakuen. The ley lines and Dimlight had investigated this place in advance, so yeah, Dimlight is also investigating it, and found that there were suspicious incidents here. If chapter 3 ends up, all of this ends up relating back to the spider, I am gonna go crazy. In a good way. Like in a hype way. However, as an underground organization, ley lines cannot directly enter Gakuen, so Houkai Gakuen intervenes in the form of a project. I see. So it's all planned. Through investigation, we believe that some suspicious actions are being carried out in the inner city of Gakuen, but the guards in the inner city are too tight. They don't let anyone in then. Now that I think about it, maybe it's because of that the Divine Wall Knight Shilka is already stationed in the inner city, and their stigmata prevents us from sneaking in. But is there anyone who can enter the inner city? What? Was she watching this entire time? Why are you here all of a sudden? That was sudden. Are you here to help or to go against us? Oh, that's Irma. Oh, okay. I got hyped way too early. Oops. Okay, so that's Irma talking. Yes. Shadow. Her stigmata can bypass most of the blockades of the Divine Wall Knights. Okay, I thought she was here for a second. No, that's just an hologram probably projected by Irma. No, okay. Bro, I thought she was here for a second. Y'all baited me. Okay, continuing. So, we let her sneak into the inner city of Gakuen alone, and she also found the encrypted file. Oh, so that's why you brought her in. But then she went on, and then that's how we got to the situation. Because then she abandoned Houkai Gakuen. Interesting. So we let her sneak into the inner city of Gakuen alone, and she also found the encrypted file according to the requirements of the project. She probably saw what was in that file. I wonder. So the people that were following... This Black Box 6, again, that could be a wrong term. Was manipulated people, and nearly half of the first year students. He convinced them to do incidents that were quite violent. And he convinced them that there was... Well, there was a good reason for it or something. But either way, he convinced them all to do it, which is very odd. A lot of manipulation. So what if, or maybe even worse, I mean, who knows? So what if the same happened to Shadow? Well, several years later, but once you found that information. And then she decided to... Interesting. Wait, I think I skipped one accidentally. So the previous one. But just as we were returning to the crypto files, Shadow disappeared. This is the full picture of this incident. I see. You know the new game that the Miyo ever start creating it? Yeah, there's gonna be a new Houkai game. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. But we don't have much gameplay yet, so I'm being cautiously optimistic for now. It's also interesting that the only thing Oyo does is with this tennis contest, and Aku's got killing cooking skills. What do you mean? Oh, like the events? Oh, wait, I missed some stuff. I assume it's close to what Shixel recruits have in Houkai Back Third. Or like Alt Elias and Gorley School in that world. Wait, what do you mean? I mean, those things, by the way, the tennis and the cooking event were mostly just filler. I feel like I... Hold on. Okay, back. I feel like I got them figured out for the where they're going with this. They're gonna do like a main big story at the beginning of a 0.0 patch. So there's like last time was chapter 2, and it's usually ties up with as in like as at the same time as the anniversary. Again, this is just my speculation, but it has been true so far. So they do a major chapter at the beginning, whenever there's anniversary at the 0.0 patch. And that lasts us, well, last time it just lasted for 2, this one lasted for 4. But yeah. And then around the middle, and I'm not sure if this will be the case for the 11.x, because this chapter is lasting longer as well. But they would add some sort of relatively big side story. So, for example, we had the re-story and also the other one with Kyusho that I still gotta continue. So there's that, and then basically in between that they just put a whole bunch of filler events, like more chill events and stuff. Sometimes a little setup here or there, but not anything significant. And then comes the 0.0 patch again, and they do something like big. And then at some point in between, sometimes there's also the storybook story. For example, we had Gakuen and Chloe, but I'm not sure when they'll do more of that. So that's my current theory on their the way they're going. Wait, that's what Paris before adding GZ care. I feel like probably, yeah. I really would like to see if the game got Kyusho. I would be excited. Yeah, that Kyusho too, but also Yusring, Femimarines. I mean, Femimarines, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, our reputation is not exactly the highest because of a certain freaking Marine that is not even Femimarine. It's the Little Devil. So I guess if they do a good story with her, it could be a good thing for more people to be interested in figurines and actually learn the proper lore instead of judging based on a figurine that, firstly, it's not even figurines, it's the little devil. Secondly, that is not how the little devil is in the story, and it's freaking horrible. Third, yeah, I just hate it. And when people actually learn the story, it's freaking amazing. Global connection and the global Houkai. Yeah, I mean, that would be a good thing if more people learn it. So, I don't know, I'm kind of torn. Like, do I want it or not? Kind of depends on how well they do it. That lady's design is crazy. Was it Shadow? The black black outfit character with the black hair, like very long hair. Is that the one you're referring to? Or do you mean Irma? Like the girl on the left right now? Is there any connection between the disappearance of Shadow and the encrypted files? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I think it's because of the files. Like, that's my current deduction. It's hard to say, except that Paradox Hall has no efficient way to crack the file. So cracking the file might give us the reason. They got the files then, right? If it has nothing to do with the encrypted file, then... Oh, could also have been something in the inner city, yeah. If it has nothing to do with the encrypted file, then she must have come into contact with something else in the inner city. I guess if it was encrypted, she probably wouldn't have read it either. So it must have been something else then. Yes, I think so too. That's why I asked you to ask that Zone Walker. If they knew something. Ah, so that's what it was. I remember... I don't remember now. I'm just gonna say Dead Zone Walker. Because that name. Said, super large equipment does exist in Gakuen. Not sure what that means. Super large equipment. We infer that Shadow's behavior is more or less related to that equipment. Yes, on the left? Okay, Irma then. It was Irma. Pretty cool, yeah. She got a very big glow up since the previous design, which was just a very generic NPC design, to be honest. So, she did get a big glow up this patch. Kinda, because it's just her military outfit. I'm guessing once we go back to Gakuen, she'll probably just go back to the usual style. The next goal of your action is to enter the inner city, find out why Shadow is out of control, and find the real equipment. So we're finally going in, properly, and hopefully doing something, rather than being stopped by Shilka. And we're finally entering the inner city of Gakuen. Also, I better hear that OST, that would be so cool. I understand, but I need more information. Hello there, Inashi Suzuki. Welcome. Glad to see you. Is that yellow girl? Yeah, it's Karen Mered, yeah. It's Karen. Durandal doesn't exist in Gakuen. That's Karen. Like, I don't know if you can see the mouse. I think you can. Let me check. Right there behind our kids, that's Karen on the top. Well, Akri is the blue-haired. I'm waiting to see if I can see the arrow, but I don't see it. Oh no, you can't see the arrow, yeah. Okay, so that's Karen. This right here, the blonde-haired, is Laniet. This is Tiara. This is Arkria. This is Bronya, but I'm sure you know. This is Irma. And this is Wu Jingfei. And yeah, I mean, I think that's all that's on the screen right now. Technically, Kiana is Duano in some way, I guess, yeah. Because it's the real Kiana. So I guess kinda, but not really. You know what I mean. Do you play Zenless on Zero? I don't. And I feel like there's too many Oververse games already, especially with the new one coming out in Houkai. That I don't know if I'll play it permanently, but at least I want to try it. So I don't think I'll be playing Zenless Zone Zero. I heard the game's good though. Yeah, I know someone who plays it, which is really cool. But it's a lot already. You say it? First of all, I need all of... Can I get an articulation on that? Okay, there's a name here. Attendance records. Not sure what that name is. Since your team arrived at Gakuen, Tichiyama, as well as your records of using your school resources to purchase and use transportation. Yes, I already have a record. Second, I need a dossier on Governor Gakuen, Emini Roya. Well, I can help you apply. The third is that same name. Not sure if it's referring to Jasmine or not. Personal transaction and travel records. Hold on. Do you think you can find some information from it, Arcadia? Let me do it. Private information has long been worthless. You can find some of it on the internet. Just take some time. How did the world become like this? Tiara's gonna hack him in. Are there any other requirements? Arcadia shook her head. Oh, Lonnie yet? I have. My request is, go on, Lonnie. Whispering, how can you still have demands? Whispering, because I feel that Aqua's made a lot of requests. I would like to follow a student and make some requests too. She felt like Aqua asked a lot. Huh? You're so stupid. Tiara is very scared of Rania. My request is that the two stigmata knights I encountered before were very powerful, already very powerful. So, Houkai and Cordelia? Oh, I know what Lani wants to say. Let her say it. Karen, do you think so too? Right? Huh? The two of them suddenly high-fived in tacit understanding. I request, can you find another expert to train us? Oh. What do you mean another? Is Dim Light not enough for you? Aqua and Tiara, just nothing. Hold on. Okay, back. Also, chat was bugged, so I missed a lot of messages. My bad. I'll read them now. Houkai IP will be Pokemon. I mean, the style, yeah. This is one reason I'm looking forward to it, because I had a huge Pokemon phase for like a decade. Yep, Zenless Slayer is good, but that first anniversary drop and they didn't get negative comments from social media. The chunk up they're barely a week apart also. They haven't referenced it a lot before. Comments are coming from cool robots. Wait, is the war between Wuthering Waves fans and other fans still going on? That is so absurd, honestly. Actually, say Charmander. Wait, what do you mean? Pat got fired. Yeah, she's getting replaced. Damn. Hello there, are you? Welcome. Bronny nodded and smiled. Oh, you have someone in mind? Who would that be though? Imagine if it was Bronny training them. Okay, I'll train you! Oh my god, the training arc with Bronny is here. Let's go. Training by Bronya. Great! Tiara is probably not so motivated, huh? As long as those words don't touch other games, yeah. Why? Oh, interesting. Is she gonna be alright then? Because we're right here in the hospital, it looks like. I hope she survives. Outside the emergency room of Mimini Roya. Hold on. It's cool music. Okay, back. They'll get tired at some point, maybe. I honestly have my doubts. How's the story? I mean, we haven't done much as of today, but there was one very large plot bomb a little bit with a certain person that seems to have manipulated a lot of the 2060 stuff. So I'm kind of wondering if they're the spider. Okay, I'm gonna stop theorizing because some people are gonna... Which, by the way, this is my theory, and it could be very wrong. We have no information to relate the two. Please don't go around spreading that for some or no reason. Because, like, seriously, people look at the 10th anniversary trailer and see Karen and Kiana together and make the assumption that, oh, they met in the main story. Let's spread it around so everyone knows what's going on in GGC. And they don't even play any story, and they have no idea that's just an anniversary celebration thingy. It's so annoying, honestly, how much misinformation just spreads like that. Like, they look at one image and they start making assumptions. Not the people here, of course. I'm talking about specifically some people that spread a lot of misinfo online. So, yeah. Barney will be the first master to train Karen and Cree. I mean, second. I would not underestimate Dimline, to be honest. Laniet and Tiara. They're on vacation permanently? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, Mei Kiana. Yeah, we don't know, to be honest. And do not believe the Miraz wiki saying they're dead because they're on the quote-unquote they're on the second screen and those are dead characters. Miyoyo has never said that, so that is a lie. Especially because I mean Shion has lived on in another form when she was at it, so on that she wasn't. I mean she was dead but not dead, if that makes any sense. Because we still had her in the story as a Stigmata. And given that Kiana and Mei became different beings at the end, their very nature, I would not be surprised if it was because of that. So there's nothing concluding that they're dead or alive. We just don't know where they're at the moment. So careful with some stuff on Miraz wiki. Honestly, I'd say always double check. Like, Max is great at a lot of the lore and stuff, but sometimes they make assumptions that Miyoyo never said anything, and it's a little bit questionable. Max knows the lore though. Like, on most stuff you can trust. Drinking buddies. Yeah, that's the conclusion from the 10th anniversary music. Yeah, Kiana and Kara are drinking buddies. Exactly. Gray Squirrel, yeah. Indeed. I just call it Veve because that's the name that was in the trailer, so I'm just gonna keep calling her that, but yeah. That's the whole picture. Oh, there's her again. Wait, do you work for her? I haven't seen the... She was the one at the beginning, right at the ship. Yeah. Well, your action is correct. Memini can't get into trouble. It will make the situation very chaotic. But that doesn't mean something can't happen to her in the future. Currently, the Wish family is our employer, and we should not do anything that would damage their reputation. Of course, but you should know the origin of the Wushan family emblem, right? What? Don't beat around the bush. I know you want to tell me something. But I won't tell you directly. After all, that would make the truth very awkward. So I want to tell you a story first. The gray squirrel walked aside and opened the window. Never mind, just go ahead. Many years ago, before the Legion Civil War, before the Golden Decade, during the Aftermath War, that is a long time ago, yeah. The world was divided into two super camps. The world contract, I'm just gonna say the Human United Organization, because that's the English name we have. And the Human Liberation Alliance. But it was neither of them that won the war, but the group of militaries that were on the lines that basically formed the First Legion. The Human United Organization restored the system of wait, what does that mean? Defunct? What does that mean? No longer existing or functioning, I see. Of a defunct country. It exported a large number of equipment, medicine, arms, and mercenaries, and other products by regulating the characteristic industries of each country under the alliance. So back when countries existed. Let's not talk about the Human Liberation Alliance, shall we? What does that mean? Why would you not want to talk about it? Well, it really has nothing to do with what I'm going to say next. The number of stigmata users in that era was not as large as it is now. Implants had not been invented, and there were no Houkai beacons to provide excess productivity. Wait, did the Houkai beacons increase the amount of natural stigmata users as well or something? Therefore, the two super camps have to fight a total war. The key to victory or defeat often lies in the strength of industrial capabilities. Because you don't have as many people with stigmatas that could actually fight, I see. Alas, their end was that they were defeated by the commander-in-chief of the First Legion in the uprising. Okay, that's just the background to the story. What on earth do you want to say? She got like a Collier haircut, she's not surviving. You don't have to put it like that, damn. She's not surviving. Practically know nothing about GC, but The only character that I know aside from the Elvis May solo tag is Jana. Hope I'm writing your name correctly. Jana or Jana, yeah, both are correct. We don't really know, to be honest. But yeah. Jellyfish woman. She's a blended class Houkai beast. I loved her story though, yeah. She's one of the more known ones, besides Kisho. And of course the cast is also elsewhere. What I want to talk about now is the story of one of the member states of the Human United Organization. But it's also a small country that no one pays attention to and no one cares about. Is it a country we know? Sort of, if it's China. Wouldn't that be crazy? Social order in the area. Okay, never mind. Probably not. The area had collapsed long ago. The authorities ignored the suffering of the people. Okay, not China. I was hoping for the C2 reference, but probably not. The authorities ignored the suffering of the people. The schools were in ruins. The infrastructure was poor. If it is abandoned, there's no way to talk about industrial and agricultural construction. So that country, did it come from there? Those in power are just like gang leaders or slave owners, controlling and abusing that power. It seems you have realized it. Yeah, they didn't care about the people. Even in the aftermath of the war, a modern catastrophe that drained the blood out of every nation, that small country was discarded like a piece of chewed gum. No hope can grow from a cracked soil. No words can be reflected in the ignorant peoples. And the rusted factory skeletons creaks in the wind. Is that supposed to be some kind of quote? A huge strategic sandbox. What will the Human United Organization ask of small countries? What do you mean ask of small countries? Like the one we just mentioned? I want to remind you that you're just telling a story and its authenticity cannot be verified. Huh, I understand. Let's continue our story. The answer given by the small country is plasmid organs? What do you mean? Huh? The economy of a small country was so bad that there was not many hospitals, so the soldiers of the UN United Organization would drive the people to the trees like driving livestock. Medical waste such as needles and infusion tubes were also discarded on the spot and hung on the trees. What? So, which tree might be a good term for it then? The blood will be drained away and the soldiers will give out some bread and water. But the thugs raised by the rulers will demand. The people asked to hand over all the food because these thugs depended on it to feed themselves. Wait. What does it have to do with the blood? Wait, did they... Organs. Don't tell me they used that entire country because they had nothing else to offer. As I don't even want to say that's dark. But I'm not sure if that's what happened here. They steal all the food as well from an already poor country. So, people are afraid of those trees. Also, yucks. She's not canon. I don't want to get into the long conversation. She's not canon. The misinfo goes crazy on that one. It's just a Kizuna. I'm not even gonna say anything further. I've already explained for 5,000 times. But yeah, you can look it up like from other sources if you want. Just be careful. A hero is about to appear, right? If you think it is, then it is. So did anyone save them? Is that... Or no? Under the moonlight, the priest wearing a witch tree mask came. So they helped those people? The priest's wisdom is as... Or did they make it worse? Well, honestly, would not be surprising. The priest's wisdom is as deep as an ancient well. He communicates with the refugees, lists the forgotten ancient gods, and explains it tells people the secrets of how various herbs can cure diseases and where their souls go after death. Religion, okay. The most amazing thing is that those who are blessed by him will not feel any pain when they die. It is like soaking in warm milk and falling asleep in a daze. Reject the Oxothos, embrace random Babylon characters. Behind the priest was a witch, a strange girl. She would dance with the phosphorescent flames at midnight, and every time the dead who were hanged on trees for resistance would respond to her beat. Hanged on trees, what the heck? The dead can speak again. Wait, she spoke to the dead, right? Wasn't it Memini who did that? Is that the stigmata? The refugees who had lost their loved ones had a moment of redemption. However, it was those same trees that the priests and witches once relied on to rest. She doesn't have any connections to the Abyss and Genshin. Oh my god, seriously. She's not even canon to the main story universe. Most likely. Like 99%. Because she's tied to Babylon. But she isn't mentioned in Babylon, nor are any of the other outer gods. Despite, like, for example, in Azathoth's case, it's literally mentioned as in K Academy, but that is never said. And that connection, quote unquote, was just absolutely made up because, oh, that name, if we invert it, it sounds similar to Yogg, and people started making this info about that there's a connection. So, yeah. Very questionable, honestly. At most, it's a very sketchy theory. That's all we can call it. She's the strongest among... Yeah, she's the strongest among the outer gods. That is true. Except the outer gods are most likely are not canon. If they are canon, it's the Babylon story, not the main story. So, yeah. Ashikai... Oh, good lord. That's gone bad. Oh, no. I see. I don't think Ashikai played GGZ. But if she said it, I see how that misinformation must have spread very far. Wow, that's bad. I see. Oh, we are doomed. GGZ players, we are doomed. Oh my god. Put her in Babylon and make her sing and dance, maybe. And Silver. Yeah, exactly. Do that, please. Thank you. That'll be funny. But yeah, no. There's a. Firstly, it's even questionable whether they're canon at all. If you look at Kizunas, you'll know some of them are from alternate stories. For example, the Compeitos LA is from just a standalone manga that has no connection to the main story. And for the Babylon case, well, some of the Babylon Kizunas are canon to Babylon. Some of the others never get mentioned, so it's kind of up to interpretation. Like, is this canon? Is this not? But even if it is, the Outer Gods are part of Babylon's story, not the main story. So, and they were never mentioned in Babylon. That's another thing. Like, not even a name drop. The only mention of Yog-Sothoth was as a joke by Kyusho, but come on, we're not gonna take that seriously, right? She was just sprouting a whole bunch of Shinobi nonsense. So, I should not have said that. Someone's gonna take that and start spreading misinformation. Also, she wasn't even in the game yet, so please just don't start spreading random misinfo. She said she did research. If the research are the YouTube videos that of the thousands of, not thousands, but dozens of people that are spreading misinformation, that is not research. Also, just reading the Babylon text, the Kizuna text, without any information from what a Kizuna is, what story that is tied to, whether that's relevant to the main story or if it's in a completely different storyline, that is not sufficient research, I'm afraid. That is how all the misinfo started. We've got a 4. Fake cars, we'll never forget. Oh, y'all guys, some Kizuna lines, yeah. So people began to like those trees, thinking that trees brought relief because they got to see their dead relatives. Priests and witches don't exclude each other, right? Yes, the priests and witches claim to be the spokespeople of the witch tree, and from then on they have their own believers. Is that how that family started? Tree Academy. True. Witch Tree Academy. But in fact, the witch knew that the priest she followed did not believe in God. The priest is an atheist, medical expert, and a logistics officer for the Federation. So it was all a plan? So the outer gods are not canon as well, yes? 90% likely they're not canon, and the 10% that they are canon would be to the Babylon story, which means they're not canon to the main story, so yes. He stole the euthanasia drugs from the warehouse in order to give the suffering people on Earth a death with hope. They got euthanized? What the heck? So they killed them, essentially. Taught them about the afterlife that doesn't exist. The witch's stigma power is genuine. She is actually the gifted daughter of a priest of the future witch tree knight. In the eyes of the priests, it will be painful for those people who were not hard-hearted enough to believe that good and evil would not be punished in the end. Just being alive itself is more painful. So, was it with a good intention? Kind of? That's still messed up though. Therefore, the best protection the priest can do for the people is to give them hope and a dignified death. Huh. Finally know what you want to say. Mini Roya, she didn't have to die. Even if that person has been abandoned. Oh, are you thinking of Mini Roya like those people? Was that all just to justify like, oh yeah, she should die? Like, come on, seriously? I don't understand you. Is there an alarm? Is she attacking? Signal to summon the doctor sounded in the ward. Oh, to summon a doctor. That sounds dangerous. Is she gonna live? Ward nurse, unrelated people, please do not come in. Sorry, I'm her bodyguard. Then please go out too. Huh? Mini. Senior? She's alive. She talked. The strongest outer god is Wu's cat. Imagine. Please live quickly. The governor needs a sedative. Just calling out for her. She must be trying to say something. I'm here. Did he sneak in again after the nurse left? Blood pact? What does that mean? The secret of the blood pact is my sin. It is hidden in... What? Chris girl was still driven out. Oh. Outside the ward. Blood contract secret? What is it? I don't think it's getting any answers right now. I think we are gonna pause for now though. I didn't want to make it a long one. I really should just probably not pre-schedule streams because I'm very much a person that changes moods a lot. It's getting interesting though, I will say. What the heck was that? With that pact? If power relies on eating spicy dried fish, every fish is universe getting... Wait, what? If power relies on eating spicy dried fish, every fish is a universe getting destroyed. I'm confused. What do you mean? Did you just write that randomly, or... I don't even get that, what he meant. I know you probably joke, but... SP3. Let me just read what it says here. We're not gonna play it, but I'll just read. Okay, it's the same thing. Never mind. We'll probably do the events next week. We're still in time. Fish. 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 Exactly. Fish. When are we getting the Myco collab, by the way? I do want to pull for it. I think I do have like 25,000 crystals, but I should have 28k by the time that collab comes out, I hope. So I'm hoping it's soon. I do want to pull for Anon. Ron, yeah, she is one of the event stuff here. The other Kizuna. I know one of them has story, and I know Pat is in the story, so I'm assuming this is the lower one that has the story. Probably a short one. Usually these events are short. But yeah, it's 8 days left, so probably just gonna do it either on next Wednesday or next Thursday. I'm still in time. Same for the other one, which also has 7 days. The one on GP, that is. And the Abrani one has 17 days. So I think I'm just gonna go all do like all events in one stream kind of thing. Only one of them has story. Well, the Syrian one does have story, but I've already read that before and it's on the channel. So I'm just gonna do the gameplay part for the Kizuna. But yeah, I think next time will probably, I don't want to guarantee it because as I've said before, I'm a person of moods, so no promise. But I probably will just do an all event in one stream. Which shouldn't take very long, but yeah. We'll just go through them all, basically, that we have right now. I think that's kind of the plan, but I'm not fully 100% sure. I would like the Pat Pack Kizuna, though. Definitely want to get on GP. Also, I think this is out on GP right now as well. So I do want to try that, if it's still available. I think I'm gonna leave it here for now then. Thank you, Ray, Ikari, Wilson, and Inishu for coming to the stream. Was a little bit of a shorter one though. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one though. Have a great day and peace.